and welcome with a new episode of the Queens and Sneaker Show. It's been a while, but we're back in business, and we have two lovely guests who are both in fashion and have their own brand, so very exciting. Carmen is here again, and we're gonna just start off with the same old, same old. So we want to know who you are, so introduce yourself a little bit, and what you do and what you're wearing, of course, because there's always a story behind it. So, Laura, you want to start?
Yes. My name is Laura. I am from Paris. I live in Rotterdam. I've been living there for 6 years now. I am a creative producer at Hip Hop House in Rotterdam. And and I also have a clothing brand called Petite Ganache. So it's a brand for children. It's a unisex brand, and I'm currently wearing a very limited edition of trousers that I've actually created specially for adults on request, and I am wearing the Air Force Ones Stussy. That's it, I think.
Great.
Well, I'm Carmen, and I am the owner of Stichting Stories, and that's my fashion brand actually, and it's focused on menswear, women's wear, unisex. It's like all things combined, just what I feel like. I'm wearing my own brand, so it's a Stichting Stories tracksuit, and it's inspired by the Skepta Air Max 79 sneaker. And it's actually because the colors and also the whole story behind the shoe is about Morocco and UK grime. So we made like a tracksuit and then combined with the colors of Morocco. So that's what I'm wearing.
Nice. And then why did you inspire it, or were you inspired by that shoe in particular?
Because with Stitching Stories, it's like about the stories we tell through clothes or sneakers. And this particular shoe was really, I love Skepta, first of all. And then next to it, I'm always influenced by Moroccan stuff. I don't know why, I just love the whole atmosphere and the culture. And then when I found out that it has this story about Morocco, but then also UK grime, I was like, this is the perfect combination for me, because I always make a combination in culture, kind of. So it's a Western twist. So that's why I made this tracksuit.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Nice. Other Carmen?
Hey, I'm wearing a tracksuit of our favorite brand, Pata. And I'm wearing my one and only TN, finally. And these were gifted to me by Rocky. Shout out to you, Rocky. Thank you. My first TNs, it's like I've been talking about TNs because I really love them, but yeah. And they were gifted to me. So. And these were for women's football. So I have the kit, the top of the kit as well. But yeah.
Nice.
And just the Nike crop top.
I like the bit on the tongue, how do you call it? Fluorescent? No.
Huh?
Yeah, it's the shiny.
Yeah, it has a shine to it. Yeah. And I have very wide feet, so this is...
They look tiny.
Yeah, I have a small feet, but they're very wide, and therefore I think they look extra small. But I do feel my left foot now, so I think, I have to get used to them. My wide foot. But they're comfy.
Break them in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll make some kilometers on them.
Nice.
And Maartje?
I never know how you call a
Spencer.
jumper.
Spencer.
Yeah.
So I dyed this myself because I spilled food on it. Old Supreme shirt, Urban Outfitters, parachute pants, and New Balance protection pack, the new one, which I loved instantly when I saw the first picture of it. And they released in some random shops, so it was like you really had to know when they came, and it's also not on like one day. So I saw that, or a friend of ours mentioned that they were releasing in Breda, and I happened to have friends who lived there, so they went to pick it up for me, and
Sweet.
It's such a cool material and colorway,
Very
so I'm
nice.
really happy with them.
Nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super nice. Like the different textures. in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the end, I was a bit bummed that I didn't have the pink one, but I think this is also nicer. Maybe a bit more underestimated. So.
Very nice.
And finally, a non-Nike shoe.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's always the
Oh,
thing,
God,
like everybody's
yeah.
wearing Nike shoes. Are you both, well, you've worked at Nike for quite a bit?
Yeah, I worked for Nike for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you both Nike heads, or are you open to different brands as well?
I'm open for different
Yeah,
brands, but mostly
oh,
Nike.
sorry. Yeah, same. I'm also open to all brands. If I like the shoe, I will go for it.
Yeah.
But somehow there's
Yeah.
like a natural attraction that's like, oh, that swatch.
Yeah.
Because even now, so I bought a few pairs of shoes and I've got all brands,
Bring them out.
but it's all Nike. I didn't do it on purpose.
Because
So
I
I've got-
remember that we spoke a lot about Insta pumps on.
Yeah,
you
and I don't know why they're
Instagram.
not in my bag.
We even talked about them last night in a call beforehand. You mentioned, yeah.
So yeah, I brought some like basically
Beaters?
these are like absolute beaters, but I used to call them my party shoes
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
because this is my favorite. Like Air Max 90s infrared is like my favorite,
Alright.
and this one was a headache to get. Well, I got them when I used to work at Nike,
Oh, yeah.
and basically I don't know. I think I hid them when I used to work there, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be my pair. So I did not look after them that much. But then I've been trying to get another pair, and I couldn't find any. And then at the time, you know, when there was like still Nike ID, I tried to
yeah.
make a pair. My boyfriend made a pair, and I'm like, yeah, they look the same, but they're not exactly the same. And then literally like few weeks ago, one of my friends was doing a sale, and I found them again.
Fresh
I was
pair.
so happy.
Nice.
I know, right? But I still wear
It's
these,
super
but I feel a
fresh.
bit embarrassed to like wear them. It's like, but I keep them because I'm very nostalgic about shoes. Very, very nostalgic. And
They,
then,
like normally when I mess up my shoe, like they still look good, but now compared to the new ones, the whole thing turned grey. Like normally it would have
Right.
stains on it, but it's just a more darker shade of the
and I'm
shoe.
scared to put them in the washing machine because like I'm
Yeah.
very lazy. I
Also the
don't. I never do my laces.
Oh yeah,
I just
slide in.
yeah, and then look at this now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still in love with these because they have a lot of history, a lot of parties in London,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of carnivals.
Nice.
So
But the air bubble has also gotten quite yellow, so I would
Yeah,
be scared to throw them in the
So how
washing
old are
machine
these
as
now?
well.
You would think.
so
This
these
pair.
are from 2010. Yeah.
They still look good then.
Yeah.
And these
Definitely.
ones are from. Wow, they're also from 2010 actually.
Oh, but just-
Okay.
But I don't think they've been, yeah.
Yeah.
So, same year, different use.
Shed love. Nice.
I've got
So
some.
were you
these.
also then influenced by the London styles and stuff to get the 90s?
Yeah, I must say that when I left Paris when I was 22, and moving to London made me who I am today, because the stuff I experienced there, I would have never experienced it if I would still be in Paris. And I think just working at Nike for these 4 years that I've had, I've like literally changed my vision with sneakers. And then, because we were all, at the time, because we were like, basically the store that we were working in, downstairs you had running, and upstairs was sportswear. So everybody wanted to always work in sportswear. And somehow we all influenced each other. And like all the people I work with were all Londoners. So naturally, I got drawn into like the Air Maxes, because I used to love Air Forces before. But then naturally, I don't know how, I just fell in love with Air Maxes. And the Air Max, that infrared, when it came out, I was like, oh my God, that's the best shoe ever. And then, yeah, that's how I started to like them.
Nice.
So what's out? What
Oh, I'll show you the rest. Oh, I'm like Santa Claus right
See
now.
what that's in the
I'm
bag.
curious.
So now I've got like, this is my first, so we were talking about dunks yesterday.
Oh, I
This is my first pair of dunks. And this shoe traveled with me I bought in Foot Locker in Les Halles back then. And
In Paris.
in Paris.
Yeah.
So it went from Paris to London to Rotterdam. They don't fit me no more, because since my baby, my feet has gone like next level size. So I'm not even trying to put my foot in there anymore. But again, it's nostalgia. So this is like my first.
Oh, yeah.
ever
Super
pair of
nice.
dunks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they are from 2003.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a
And
good little box.
and the dunks have changed now
Yeah.
because they're slightly higher. Here, normally, back then they used to have like 3 stitches. Now there's 4,
Yeah.
and they used to be cheap.
And the quality was much better.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Where were they? Yeah, when they were made in Vietnam. I'm sorry. Like all the shoes, the Nike shoes made in Vietnam, like was next level quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not cussing Nike or anything, but I'm just saying that things have changed.
Yep.
Things have changed, you know? Life, exactly.
Yeah.
So this was like, again,
With the box, that's cute.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Real retro
yeah.
Yeah.
box.
And then another pair of shoes that I have. So kids, wear your shoes because they're gonna break up at one point.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite Jordan 3. I never wore these. I've never wore them.
Never.
No,
But it's your favorite, one of your favorites.
because I've got a lot. I've got the black cement, I've got the red cement that I got in Flight Club back in 2009, I think. And I wore them recently, and I was like, "What's that squeak?"
Yeah.
The soles start going off.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh shit.
I don't know if I can swear. I was like, oh, and then maybe I thought maybe I can glue them, but then I'm like, no, there's too much damage. And again, they will never go in the bin because it's just nostalgia. I know where I bought them. I know where I was at that time in my life. And then these ones, I bought them in size. Actually, I bought them of someone who bought them from size. I think I still have. I don't know if I still have the receipt. No, but yeah, these ones. Yeah, I think they were worn, but these are from 2008. And then yeah, this is. But I don't know why I'm scared to wear them. I just love that. This smells lovely. The leather is still amazing.
The leather looks so nice.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite pair of Jordan. And like, I don't know. I'm always thinking, yeah, maybe my daughter can wear them, but she might not. I mean, the way things are going right now, she ain't going no Jordans. No, she likes everything glitter. And then I've got a very underrated shoe that I think nobody likes, but everybody knows. If people know me, if they see that shoe, I always get a message. It's the Air Mock. Like, this shoe is the most comfortable shoe ever, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone wearing it apart from like a few of my friends in London. But this shoe is so underrated. I love a bit of ACG, but it's just like, yeah, Air Mock basically is like associated to me. When people know me, they're like, oh, hey, Laura, have you seen these ones?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just like a little, I don't know how you say that in English. In French, we say coup de cœur, so it's like a little.
Nostalgic, maybe.
Yeah, but it's like just giving the highlights with shoes that are not like being loved, you know.
Yeah.
And they're
Very
very good quality as well.
Underdog,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like a bit of a
The sole looks a bit like an old rushy run.
like a what? Sorry.
A rushy run.
Yes, exactly. But they're just so comfortable. It's like basically like a moccasin. You just slip on and then. But yeah, give some love to the mocks. But you know what? I'm happy that no one likes them.
More for you.
I
Price
like to
stays
feel
down.
unique. And then I could bring more, but the bag is full.
Sweet.
Nice.
Carmen, what would you have brought if you would have brought shoes?
I would have brought my Lucky Greens. Like my favorite shoe always is like the Jordan 1. I don't know why. I just love the fit and like all the colorways that you can kind of collect. I think that at first, and then I don't remember anymore. But my Air Max 89 animal, I guess. No, it's not animal, but it's with the lime and animal print on the front, kind of.
Oh, I have that one too. It's like beige and
and then with lime.
I don't know what's it called. Yeah. Lime.
And like what Maartje already knows, I'm quite new and fresh in the sneaker game. So I have like a few Jordan 1s, and then at first I was not really like I always loved sneakers, but I was not really careful. I had a lot of shoes, like those dancing shoes. And like my boyfriend really taught me, he was like, Carmen, you need to look at your shoe game. And then I went through sneakerness and all this stuff with him, and I was like, okay, you can really tell how people are when, like, you can first look at the shoe and then you know what kind of person someone is. So now I'm like, kind of in the Jordan 1 area. I'm trying to collect like a few colorways so I can combine it with all the new stuff. Nice. And actually now I'm really looking for the Atmos elephant. I know it's like the real big collector item.
Yeah. Start saving.
Yep, I will. But the thing is, I'm making a new tracksuit for Sneakerjagers inspired on that shoe. So that's why we're like, my boyfriend already has bought one in Japan actually, and like for really cheap price. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah, we were like, what the fuck, is this real? Like in Japan you have these kind of stores that it's just, you can just get in an elevator and then you just go all the floors, and then we just went to floor 9 and you just come into a store and it's like Supreme, Nike, like all the hype beast kind of things. Wow. And then just for normal prices kind of. And then we saw the Atmos and we were like, huh? And it was his size, so of course we just bought it. Yeah. And it was like 250, something like that. So we were like, is this real? And yeah, it was. So now I was like, okay, we just go back to Japan and I can buy some there. But that's the one on top of my list right now.
But then sneaker culture has done something to you, because
now
definitely. You're even creating clothes based on shoes. So how did that go? Or?
Well, the funny thing is, like, from when I was younger, I was already like, I wanted to do something in fashion, and especially because of the different cultures that I was already like inspired by when I was 8, 9, like really young. And then I got in the fashion scene and I was like, this is not my type of people. It's just really white and also really judgmental, and you really have to be like, work really hard and you get not a lot from it actually. And then of course you get like Virgil with Off-White, and then Louis, and that kind of stuff changed also a lot. And then a few times I went to Sneakerjagers, but also I went to smaller events with sneakers and clothes and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is more my scene. It's more like different cultures that come together, and people that are not all in fashion. Like some people are just artists, some people are print designers, screen printers, and it's more combined, and everybody's like, oh, maybe we should collaborate. And when you were in the fashion scene, it was like, no, don't get my design. You know what I mean? So it's really, that's why I kind of rolled in the sneaker game, I guess. Yeah.
Do you make your clothes yourself? Do you have someone? How does it work, your process? Because it looks like it's a solid suit. It's not easy.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, yesterday I had 2 appointments with 2 different ateliers. Nice. One that's working with refugees, and the other one is working with people from the, I don't know the word in English, but GGZ. Oh, yeah. So it's mental health issues, kind of. Yeah. And before, like now, I'm gonna work with them. But I just started Stitching Stories 1.5 years ago, and I made everything myself. But it's like really hard. Like it's too expensive because it takes a lot of time, of course, to make this. Well, you know, of course. And I think it's good that I know how to make everything, because I can also, like, when I'm talking with an atelier, I know how long it takes.
Struggle,
and, I can really like think with them. So I had interns, and I had my neighbor that helped me, and I, like that was the whole game for the Sneakerjagers, last Sneakerjagers in Amsterdam, where we launched these suits and shirt and shorts. And that was just day and night working, sewing. I was like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Because it's nice, because I know how everything works, but it's too expensive, and it's not like I want to get bigger than that, than just make it on myself.
Because if you own a brand, you also have to do your marketing. Make sure your social media, get your inbox done, do the finance bit of it. So it's a whole thing.
It was like, it's now getting too much. And we were quite small before Sneakerjagers, and then Sneakerjagers game was like, okay, do you want to go to this event? I was like, but I don't have any clothes anymore, and I don't have time, and I don't know what to do. So now we're expanding, actually. So that's really good. Yeah, I'm super happy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks. So it's getting somewhere, and hopefully way bigger than where we are now. It's
You know the struggle, right?
I do indeed. Many tears.
Curious. Yeah, same. Oh my God.
A lot of tears. For me, what was the question? Sorry.
I know. I just said you know the struggles.
Sorry.
The growth of your business.
It's a lot.
How long do you have your own brand?
So officially, I launched my first collection last year.
Okay.
But before that, during the pandemic, I started to make clothes just for my daughter. I mean, my focus is trousers.
Okay, nice.
So the focus is trousers that kids can grow into.
God bless you for that.
You know.
Oh, that's really good, yeah.
No, because as a parent, I realized that, of course, we need to renew it a lot because they grow overnight and it becomes expensive. So I place my trousers in a certain price point, but the idea is that the kids can wear them for at least a year. They can grow into it, so then you don't have to spend like 150 euros in like 10 pairs of trousers when you can just spend 65, 70 for for a pair that they can just keep for a year. And the whole idea at the beginning was for me to just do it for my daughter. But then I had people saying, hey Laura, can I buy some? I was like, but they're not for sale. And obviously there's a lot of confidence that come into it because I was doing it for her, so the stitch was a bit raggedy inside, but nobody could see it. There was no label, nothing. And then when I started to get people asking more and more, I was like, maybe I can make some money.
Nice.
And then it's a long story, but fast forward, I launched on Etsy at first, and I started getting orders, but it was only made to order. And then there was one pinpoint that actually changed everything for me. I had one person in America asking me if I could actually sell trousers in a store.
Oh.
But then I said, but I can't, because I was still working, because I was a chef before as well.
Nice.
And I was like, but I can't send you anything because I'm good, but I'm not that good. At the time, at least, I was like, I can't ask you to pay me this amount of money for trousers that might be open here because I didn't look properly, and they might be a bit open. And then that's when I decided to actually starting to manufacture my production. And then from there, everything started rolling. So I launched my first collection last year with 3 prints. This is one of the prints. So I made it all myself with one of my friends called Lena. And
did you design this print?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, because basically what I want is every print that I do, nobody can copy it. Because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a G here.
Yeah.
So you can try all you want, that G is mine.
It's a G, yeah.
And so we designed 3 prints that's almost sold out right now. And recently I'm selling in Paris as well.
Nice.
And then I'm launching my new collection sometime this month. I'm still waiting for a few things, and the new collection is around Africa, but it's coming soon. And then basically relating it to trainers, for me it is really important that we need to stop putting children in a box when it comes to with the gender. So for sneakers is the same. Yeah, we need to stop men's, women's, it's the same. Yeah. No pink, no blue, I don't care. And for children it's the same. So what I'm doing, my my clothing brand is unisex, and the way I actually designed it needs to fall perfectly on your shoes. And in every shoot, I always have a sneaker. So the first one I was focused on Converse, and this one is focused on Adidas, because I have a story of Adidas. When I was a child, well, because I used to live in Cameroon when I was very little, and that was Stan Smith was the only shoe that my mom, my dad, and we all had together.
Oh, cute.
And then because now the story behind the collection that I'm doing is around Africa, it's called Africa to the World, basically. I thought it was a nice link to actually put that childhood memory that I have and
personal story.
And put all the children with like one of my favorite Adidas shoe actually, which is Stan Smith, with the collection, and it all fits perfectly on the shoe.
It really reminds me of, I'm in Accra and Lagos quite a bit, so Ghana, Nigeria, and I'm too tall for everything. These days it's a bit easy, but when I was growing up it was more difficult. And when I was in Ghana for the first time in 2008, I came across tailoring. I was like, oh my gosh, things are fit perfectly on your body, and they put in the seam, but you can take the seam out and they leave a little material on the inside, so that if you grow bigger, you just put a new seam. And I was like, so that reminds me of your trousers. It's like, you can play with it if you can, you can really literally grow in it. But that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. So also when it comes to sustainability and money and also make it personal. So maybe in the beginning it's oversized, but then later it's more fitted.
Yeah, exactly. And like the whole idea is that because they're so oversized, like even if the legs start being like, because obviously they grow like this, children. So when you start getting longer, shorter, they become like crop trousers.
Yeah.
So it's like
7, 8, 3, 4. Yeah.
And at first then they're like quite big, the trousers,
really
and
big,
then nice.
Because it's a bit balloon.
Yeah, exactly. So you can fit the nappy for a while.
I'm gonna come by in Rotterdam soon and
come visit my studio.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because I bought those. What is the 9-ball, 8-ball?
The 8-ball.
G-ball.
Yeah.
And then, but I bought the Stussy Air Forces in children's size as well.
Oh my God, so cute.
So you could copy your
There you
whole
go. You have an outfit now.
That's so nice.
I really like it.
Thank you.
But I think for both of you, sustainability has then played quite a big role in your brands as well, right? Because you've mentioned it yesterday too.
Yeah, I think actually it's just the new norm, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of, when you really focus your brand only on sustainability, I don't think it's going to work, because that's
market's
just
too niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, for me, it is the main focus for my clothes is like to have kind of a conversation. Like it's sometimes I'm also on the kind of on the edge of cultural appropriation, and it's like I never want to do that. That's first of all, but I really want to start conversations with people about different kind of cultures. Like I made a bomber jacket that's from secondhand jalaba. So it's from the Moroccan heritage kind of, and then combined with like gabber style, and they're like really separated from each other. But in the end, they also have things that combine, because you have like the henna parties. And then you have the gabber parties, and it's both different, but it's all about like togetherness. So in the end, you can still combine it, but that's what you need to know. So a lot of people ask me like, are you sure you're gonna combine that? And then I tell the story, and then still people can also say it's really like not okay, but it's really about the conversation. And then, like, I always look for the materials that I use. Like, this is a new material that I bought, but this is also secondhand. This is also secondhand, because I just go to furniture shops or secondhand shops, and I'll just say, if you get like new secondhand football shirts, you can just put them aside, and I'll just pick them up, and I'll make new stuff from that. And it's the same with the furniture shops. They make a couch, and then they have stuff like rest material over, and then they can just give it to me, and I'll make this kind of stuff from it. So it's that's like the second thing. And then but the starting of the designs always starts about culture, and then I use secondhand material. So it's really crossing each other, I guess. Yeah.
It's nice. It's also, on the one hand, it's tricky with growing. I've also worked, I think, with a company that you mentioned that worked with refugees to create some suits for bonus suits.
Oh yeah.
We used discarded like the jeans that we put in the bins to donation, and we took them out and made new suits from it. The tricky bit is that at some point it's finished. Yeah. But it's also nice. So you always have like the limited edition.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, with same
it's exclusive, kind of. Yeah, and that's
automatically by using secondhand material, because at some point you can't get the material again. And it's like suits are done.
Yeah. But it's also like I think that's also nice for a brand. Like not everybody needs to have everything, you know. And it's also you have the everybody wants to wear something exclusive, and then when you can't get that suit, then maybe the next time you get a suit that's more, I don't know, with another kind of fabric, you know. So it's I kind of like the way to do that. Yeah, and also with the stuff from the furniture shops. I never know what kind of fabric I'm gonna get. So sometimes it's like all red or green, and then we'll just go with flow. And but that's it's also nice to.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
For you, it's almost on the other hand, because if you design your own, and if you have your own print design, even in 10 years' time, you can still redo that print. So for you, it's
that's also nice.
Yeah.
And
it's another way of sustainability, kind of.
And I've got a lot of fabrics left. Oh my god. Because basically, I'll tell you a little story. So for these trousers, it was the most traumatic experience ever.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was not fun. I'm not gonna lie. I made a mistake with the order of the fabric, but I had to order because it was like made to order. Because the idea at first was like, okay, well, I know a lot of adults want them, but I really want to have the right amount. I don't want to end up with like 50 pairs of trousers left in my house because like, who's going to buy it? So if you really want it, you need to pre-order it. So that was fine. I had quite a lot of orders, but what I didn't pay attention. I ordered the wrong fabric. So then I got a whole roll of fabric, 40 meters of fabric arriving to to the atelier. And she called me and said, hey Laura, this is a bit thin. I was like, oh shit. I said, okay, cool. Then I contacted the company. I said, hey, I think you printed the wrong one. No, you did. I was like, oh fuck, that was my fault. So I was like, okay. So then obviously tears first, but that's all I could do, cry. Yeah. And then I ordered the fabric again. Then they sent the right fabric, but then I didn't like the way they printed it. So again, tears. Shit. And I was in Mexico when that happened. So I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. And I was like, there's delays, it takes time. And then eventually I started getting angry because I'm very, very patient and very nice. So I was like, okay, can you just print it again? Then they printed that again, but then the lady trying to put the blame on me. I was like, no, that's your fault. No, I'm not paying for this. Yeah. Wow. Then eventually I got the right print. Everything was fine, but then there was a massive delay, and so there was a lot of a lot of money lost and a lot of time and a lot of tears. But
a lot of lessons learned, I guess.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. This is like, you know what, now that I talk about it, it's like, it happens. It's part of it's a learning process. Next time I just look again, And then, but like the nice thing is out of that, it's like everybody was very happy with the trousers. I got loads of nice feedbacks. And because at first I was really embarrassed. I don't know if sometimes you had that, like if you have an order and people say, oh, where's my order? I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to tell them that I've got delays, but it's coming, but it's not my fault,
That's so tricky. When we live in I ordered some stuff yesterday and I got the email now that it will be delivered, which I think is insane.
Yes.
That, we live everything is quick, fast, cheap, and then when you have a brand, it's a different story.
Yeah.
But then also I think people do love the fact that it's, it's personal, so that if they can wait, but not.
But that's what my friend told me. They said, Laura, it's fine if they really want it. They will wait. Don't worry. Like you're a small brand, so they understand. Yeah. But that's not the mindset that I have. I'm like, no, it needs to be fast. Yeah. They want it now because I was like, I want to wear it for carnival. I want it now. I'm like, oh my God, I want it for my birthday. I said, okay, I'm sorry. But then eventually, everybody got it all over the world. So. It was done, but then I was like, I need a break. I need a break from this. I'm focusing on children.
But I think that works, right? To do it on pre-order so that you know how much you need to create.
That was like the best option that I had, especially for adults. Because at first I was like, I do kids. Don't ask me about adults. But then they're like, oh, but Laura, we really want it. I want to match with my child. I want to match with my niece. And I'm like, okay, then. And then the whole drama happened, and I was like, never again. but I will do it again. But now I've got the experience, so it's heavy. It's a lot, but it's nice. I'm happy for it. I'm happy about it.
What are your dreams for your brands?
Well, actually, in hopefully 10 days, I'm gonna start a crowdfunding.
Cool.
Because like the 2 meetings yesterday with the ateliers, they were like really happy, to work with me. But of course, we need to have like a kickstart, and like all my money is already in there, and well, I don't know what to do, how to go further, kind of. So like my real dream is to get, well, then I'm really talking about dreams. Is to get as big as Pata, but then on like a real social way. So I really want to like make capsule collections with exclusive materials, what I already said, and then made in social ateliers in the Netherlands. So we're gonna do the kickstart with this crowdfunding actually.
Nice. Wow.
And
before
I'll take it away. So we really want to. You can get. It's like pre-order actually. Yeah. So you pre-order or an exclusive design that I will make for you in like conversation, or maybe the jalaba bomber or this suit. I still have a few left. So I really, the crowdfunding is like hopefully the start of like a bigger brand, and I don't have to do like side jobs anymore. I can really focus on Stitching Stories. Yeah.
Sweet.
So, if you wanna donate or pre-order something, do.
So my dream would be, obviously, I want Petite Ganache. It's called Petite Ganache, people, by the way. You know. I want Petite Ganache. Yeah, I would like Petite Ganache to basically go worldwide. It's already going worldwide because most of my customers, weirdly enough, I think it's because of my time living abroad.
You are worldwide, so your brand is worldwide.
Yeah. Most of my customer base is outside of the Netherlands. It's mainly in the UK. But I would like Petite Ganache to go worldwide, and I would love, I've been trying, but I don't really know how to do it. I'd love to get all my manufacture done in Madagascar.
Oh yeah.
Because it's my mom, it's home, it's in my blood. And I would love to have like the manufacture done in Madagascar and also shoot in Madagascar. Because I know Filling Pieces done it and it looks amazing, but this is also my home, so I'd love to go there, but that's a different story. And
it's
also,
beautiful, though.
It's very nice, it's really, really nice. And also, I would love to collaborate on a pair of sneakers for children.
Oh yeah.
With a brand, so you know, if you're out there, come to me. I'd love to have a combination just to create a whole outfit that will fit boys and girls, cousins, sisters, you know, and that would be very nice. That would be a dream. I'm manifesting it. It's gonna happen. Watch in 5 years. 5 years, people. We are the 2nd of September. It's
2022, so 2027.
Yeah.
But even though you're saying your focus is mostly on pants right now, you do want to go for that full outfit?
Yeah, eventually I'd love to have like a full, because at first I started with a full collection, but then the money said like, you need to calm down and refocus on what you started, why you started your brand. One of my friends, Josh, actually told me, Laura, focus on what you want to do. Why did you start your brand? And it was trousers. Because when I really started the collection, I had jackets, jumpers, t-shirts, and I was like, ooh, the money's saying, no, you can't afford all of that, you know. And then, the focus is trousers for now. And eventually, when I start growing and get more wholesale order, that's the idea as well, I can actually start creating a lot more full outfit.
Yeah, nice.
Can't wait.
So what would a Petite Ganache, I guess, sneaker look like?
Ooh. Do you know what? I've got a thing where I love mixing prints, and I would love to see, but I don't know if that's also my taste, but I would love to see a bit of polka dot, because I love polka dot, and also a bit of animal print somehow, somewhere, and but with actual like a pony, because that I like. But that would be a starting point. Then who wants to do it with me? I don't know. But yeah, that would be a starting point. So like polka dot, and then maybe animal print. But also I like very bright colors, so I do like a bit of volt once in a while as well. But I don't know.
So the shoe is gonna be out there.
Yeah.
It's not for a shy kid.
No, it needs to be, because that's the thing. I like when a shoe, even a sneaker, I like when a sneaker is a statement. You know, sometimes you have a nice pair of sneakers, you can wear like literally, you can wear rubbish on top, but your sneakers are saying everything. Like you were saying earlier, like you do, I mean, I even do it now. I do shoe contact before eye contact.
Yeah, same.
You know, and I'm not judging, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I do like when a shoe is like, says a lot about you, and it's like, obviously now we have a lot of things about hype, and I mean, you look at StockX, you're like, what is going on StockX? Like, who has that money? Sorry, 2,000 euros and then walk outside with that? No, sorry, this goes in a glass box. You know, I'd be too scared. But yeah, I think it's important even for a child that a shoe just like, it's a nice statement. Yeah.
I always say it's a bit rude, but you can't change your face. I mean, that's given to you, but you know, you can change your shoe, and you can say a lot with the shoes that you're wearing, or you know, with the clothes that you're wearing. Like it says a lot about you, but you can't change your height.
And also, like you really see, like when if someone has like a super nice fit, and they have shitty shoes under it, it's like it doesn't work.
Yeah, who are you? That's what I'm saying.
It's like, huh?
But this is the thing. It's like I forgot the name of that lady. I'm sorry. She's very famous, but I forgot. She said, you can. What was she saying?
The old lady, Iris Apfel?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was saying something about you can buy fashion, but you cannot buy style. You know, and that's really true, because the thing is, fashion. Once it's out of fashion, what do you have left? You know, you're following what's in the trend. But then if you don't have your own style, then there's nothing. You know. And I'm like, I think it's really important. That like this is why like hype and fashion go together, but style. Hey, you know, exactly.
Once I was changing flights in Paris, and there was a guy queuing in front of me to go take the flight to Amsterdam. He was having like this Woa, that metal suitcase that I want. That's like very expensive. With a big ass Supreme jacket, all these design, and like all the hype that we all. And he looked like shit. I'm like, wow, that's kind of. That's weird, but that's to me. He wasn't stylish. He just bought like everything that's in hype. But then, who the f are you?
That's
like,
the thing. Money can't buy taste and style. You have it or you don't.
No,
you know.
true.
So,
but that's why I think the shoe contact before eye contact now is just more difficult.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
can't tell. I mean, everybody can buy if they want any shoe. But
who are you?
And how much love is behind it.
Yeah,
true.
Now it's more status. You have a Jordan 1.
Yeah,
like, ooh.
It's a lot of like, let me see on Instagram, let me just show my collection. But it's like, okay, cool. Good for you. You can afford it, you know. But then it's like, how long will you like this until something else is more important?
Or what does it mean to you?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I think you said something along the lines of that you like it when a shoe is not popular or even ugly, but people still love it. Yeah. Right?
But that's hard, because I have some shoes that are not popular now, and I want to wear them, but I automatically drag to the waves I wear my Jordans. I'm like, I want to switch to that.
Because you're brainwashed.
Yeah, it's like shit, and I'm trying, but then automatically, you just go to these pairs.
To the easy,
I'm trying to slap myself in the face, like wear these other ones, but somehow it's easy.
Now it's your time. Wear the other ones.
Yeah.
Now it's your cue.
Next time.
I'm curious then what you're gonna wear next time, or what those pairs are that.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, there's some. Hardly one. Yeah, you'll see me tomorrow.
Curious.
What am I doing tomorrow? Yeah. Due to time, because this mama has a babysitter to release.
Oh yeah.
Did you prepare some?
Yeah, I did.
Maartje always has the most exciting, besides your introductions and your personal stories, the most exciting bit of the whole series. Statements that we can respond to.
Okay.
She always comes up with amazing ones.
Okay.
That's why I have my shitty piece of paper here, because otherwise I forget. Are Vans and Converse sneakers?
Oh gosh.
I mean, I would say yes.
Yeah, I would also say yes. But
Yeah.
it's more, it's more in the skater game, I guess. Fans, especially.
The skaters also wear dunks, or originally would wear dunks.
I mean, technically they are sneakers because they're not shoes. I mean, they're not like, they're not.
I think it's canvas, and for me, canvas is something else than a sneaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go in line with maybe with the palladium kind of like.
Yeah, but then what would you call it then?
Canvas.
Oh, I never used that word.
Yeah.
So you define it by the material, and that's why it's not a.
Yeah, but
not even, because you can
sneakers are
have
also
like the other day I almost got a dunk, which is also different. So, but what makes a sneaker? When is something a sneaker? Because the shoe, I forgot the name already. The black one.
The Air Max.
Yeah. Like why is it a sneaker? Is it because? But what makes a sneaker a sneaker?
Yeah. Is it to me it's the rubber sole, right? Because that's why.
Oh, do you know what? I never thought. Oh, damn, that question.
Yeah, it's like a difficult one.
Because I wouldn't call that a sneaker.
I think also a sneaker is like the comfort, like a leather laarsje. Boots,
yeah.
Is not comfortable in like, and a sneaker, it could be comfortable of course, but it's different comfort than a sneaker, I guess.
But then, would you maybe also say that a sneaker is related to sport?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking
So like
as well.
Vans, they are technically like skate shoe, which is also a sport. Converse, they were basketball shoe, and it's related to sport, even though they're made of canvas. But I think, but
it's
these
a sport
ones,
thing.
these are technically, the Marks are technically walking shoes.
Yeah, walking and hiking. Yeah.
So they're like, hiking shoes. So it could be sneaker, but like obviously to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one.
See, best part of the show.
You're right.
Sneakers or apparel?
Oh wow.
You have to choose.
You're asking two people with a personal
Because
brand. Good question.
Especially because we talked about like shoes can make an outfit or blah blah blah.
And we are in a sneaker podcast, but with two people have their clothing brand.
For me, I think it'd be apparel. Because my feet are ones, I can wear anything, but I don't know, when it comes to body image, I need to feel comfortable in my clothes. Whatever shoes I wear, I wear sneakers, I was almost about to come with Birkenstock today, but I was like, maybe not for sneakers.
We would have not allowed you into the premises.
Luckily you brought
Go
your
to
bag.
town, get a new pair, come back.
But for me, just for my own personal not comfort, but like
Confidence or
confidence as well. I think that clothes is for me apparel. Yeah.
Yeah, for me in the end also apparel. Yeah, it's just because I'm like a fashion designer. It's just I'm not the thing that I do is really I would never design a shoe. I guess I did it once. Terrible.
no.
So it's like for that I would really choose apparel, but in the end it's really difficult because if you have like a nice outfit and then you have shitty shoes, what I already said, it's.
That's why I choose sneakers, because even if you have a full black outfit, very simple, or just jeans and a white top, if you have good shoes, that
the outfit is done.
The outfit.
Shoes somehow can make it and break it. Like if you like with the whole, the dad kind of look, but then or like the shitty looking, old looking clothes, but then with a fresh kick, it's like, oh, you understand. So I can, also back in the day where you had clean shoes communicates a lot. I would also go for shoe, I think. But then one can't really go without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can we do one more? Or?
Yeah, quick.
Sorry, Jacqueline. Okay, really quick. Air Force or Air Max?
Oh, Air Max all the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Air Forces, but I love an Air Max. Yeah, Air Max 95s, 97s, Air Max 90. And
London
one.
messed you up.
Yeah.
I am a Londoner at heart. No, I love Arsenal.
Hey!
Nice.
Did you study in London?
No, I studied in Paris actually.
Oh, yeah. I studied in London for a bit next to Arsenal Stadium, so that's why I've never watched any Arsenal game, but still Arsenal's here because when I was studying, I could look at the stadium. Yeah. No.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then just I don't know, just the fit and the colorway and yeah.
But it's also a tough one, no?
Yeah.
There are also all tough ones.
Air Force?
Though Air Force are hard, like the silhouettes. I like Air Force with the white trousers, but I could not wear Air Force under something like
No.
that. So the Air Max, the fit is easier, but Air Force is just, I don't know, all white, simple, clean.
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
wear
gonna
Air
say.
Force low white for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fresh one, easy.
Every 3 months a new pair because they get like...
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
You? Air Max.
Air Max, yeah. I have 3 pairs of Air Force. And one which I really love and wear a lot, but still it's Air Max for the way. Good. That was it. Do you guys, well, you already kind of did your shout out, but we always feel that the women we invite can like say where people can follow them or this is your moment to shine. Take your camera and grab your attention.
Hi. So you can follow Petite Ganache on Instagram at Petite Ganache. Also on my website why am I saying that like that? petitganache.com. petitganache.com. You can follow my personal. It's called, my name on Insta is Seraphism. And
nobody will get that.
No, nobody. Don't worry. Petite Ganache is enough.
And then in the bio, it has yours, right? Of
Yeah. Everything is on it.
I always thought that your name was Sarah.
Séraphine is my second name. Yeah. And just follow me on Instagram and follow the journey and buy the new collection coming this September. It's my birthday, so just be nice. And that's all.
Sweet.
Great.
Well, follow Stitching Stories on Instagram. It's Stitching Stories with 2 underscores because the other one was already gone. Super annoying. But that's like where we post all the things that we do. And also on stitchingstories.nl. And of course the crowdfunding in a few days. It's going to be, we're just going to share it on the socials, and we're also going to be on Sneakerjagers on the 30th and 31st in Rotterdam with the new collection. So hope to see you there.
Yes. Well.
Follow Maartje's footprint, follow Sneakerjagers, follow Sneakerjagers Women, follow Carmen, follow Queens and Sneakers, and till next time.